Hello everybody, MightyNifty here, and today we are going to be making Fiesta lime chicken fajitas. With Cinco de Mayo past us, these are a great way to have a Mexican themed party, and these are based off of a boss fight from the game I recently reviewed, Borderlands 2. I won't spoil the fight for you here, but let's just say there are 4 elements involved: fire, electricity, corrosion, and what was that last one? I'll get back to you on that, but for now, let's get started. So to start things off, we are going to make a marinade for our chicken. First, you want to chop your garlic pretty nice and fine, and you want to throw that into a bowl. Follow that up by adding the juice of 1 lime. To get the juice out, you would just want to roll it along the countertop or in between your hands until it's nice and soft, cut it in half, and then squeeze it in. This lime juice is going to act as the corrosive element of our boss battle. And then you want to season this up with a bit of pepper, some salt, and some cumin. And then you want to throw in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then you want to add the paprika that you forgot earlier. Stir that up with a fork and you have got one delicious marinade on your hands. Now you want to take your chicken, which has been pre-pounded nice and thin, place it into a shallow plate or bowl or tray, whatever you like, and pour that marinade over. Coat the chicken in all of the marinade, try to get as much of it in there as you can, and you're going to want to refrigerate this for 2 to 24 hours. 24 hours would be better because the lime is actually going to corrode the chicken and make it much more tender, but 2 hours is just fine to get the good flavors in there. Once our chicken is done marinating, we are going to take our grill pan and turn it onto a medium-high heat on top of our stove, and the electricity turning on the flame on our stove is going to be the electrical component of the boss fight. Hey, you try to find a better use of electricity in the kitchen. Once the grill pan comes up to heat, we are going to take our tongs and place our chicken onto the grill and let this sit for 10 minutes. Do not move it or you'll lose those beautiful grill marks on your chicken. Oh, and it might not come out as good either. In the meantime, this gives us plenty of time to cut our vegetables. So here I have a red bell pepper, and I'm just going to take off the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to want to cut across the side and just roll my knife along the inside, cutting out that central membrane. This is where all of the heat is in a red pepper, and with the jalapeno coming later, I really don't think we need extra heat. Finally, we want to take our red bell pepper and just slice it into matchsticks of whatever size you like. It doesn't matter what size you pick, just pick one and stick with it. Now with our red bell pepper all said and done, we just want to take our green pepper and do the same. So top, bottom, membrane, matchstick, all set. Now we can move on to our jalapeno, which is going to be the fire element of our boss fight. So you just want to rub that between your hands to loosen up all of the seeds, and then you just want to take the top off and shake the seeds into your bowl or into the garbage, not into the sink. I heard that can cause damage. And to finish this off, you just want to take your jalapeno and cut it into either rings or strips. I went with half and half because my jalapeno broke in half halfway through me cutting. That's a lot of half. And speaking of halving, we are going to take half an onion and we're just going to cut it into strips. However thick you want, just try to make it about the same width as the peppers. And then you have your vegetables all set and ready to go. Now with all of your vegetables in a bowl, you just want to season them up with a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and then drizzle them with about another tablespoon of olive oil and coat them in that oil so that they are ready to go onto the grill. And while you're doing this, you're going to want to keep your chicken on the grill and flip it after 10 minutes, and it should look like this. Beautiful char marks, just a wonderful looking piece of chicken, and then you're just going to want to cook it on that side for another 10 minutes, and then you should be ready to take that off and let it rest for another 10 minutes while you cook your vegetables, which you are going to lay across your grill or your griddle side if you are a smarter person than me, and you're just going to want to cook these on a medium-high heat until they are nice, soft, and have a bit of a tamer flavor than the raw version. However, once they're halfway through cooking is the perfect time to warm up your tortillas. So just push your peppers over to one side and then one at a time place your tortillas onto the grill, and they should cook for about 30 seconds per side. Doing this makes the tortilla nice and warm, get some really nice grill marks on there, and just makes them taste a hell of a lot better. Once your chicken is done resting and all of those wonderful juices are left right inside the chicken, you're just going to want to slice it against the grain into just some nice little strips. And that's it, your Fiesta lime chicken should be done. You got the heat from the chili, you got the electricity starting the stove, you've got the corrosion in the lime juice, and wait, I feel like I'm missing one. Isn't there supposed to be one more element in this boss fight? Oh, that's right, explosion! That's right, we are going to turn this into a how to flambe lesson, so let's get started. So, quick flambe crash course. You'll need a shot glass to keep the alcohol in so that the stream doesn't catch and make the bottle explode. You'll need a big ass pan. I'm using a wok. This is going to stop the flame and smother them if it gets a little out of control. And you will also need something to hold your fire with. I'm choosing tongs with a matchstick at the end. This way I can keep the flame as far away from me as physically possible. Now that you know how not to die, I'm going to show you how to flambe. You just want to take your shot glass with about a half a shot of alcohol in it, I chose Cognac, and then you just pour it over the chicken, not keeping it in one spot, otherwise you'll have a big fireball. And then you just want to take your flame and very carefully put it close to the alcohol, and it should catch and travel across the chicken. I know it's difficult to see here, but those are beautiful blue flames, and if you do this at the dinner table, your guests will no doubt be impressed by this very flashy, very fun technique. Just make sure that if you do this on a dining table made of wood or covered in cloth, that you keep this as far away from that as possible to make sure it's extra safe. And once those flames are gone, you should be left with some of the most delicious fajitas you will ever have. I nixed the cheese for this recipe, but you can add it if you feel so inclined. Instead, I chose to serve this with some sour cream and some delicious guacamole that I showed you how to make last Thursday, link right here. I hope you all enjoyed this recipe. I hope you all give it a try. Please subscribe if you want to see some more delicious recipes based on some amazing games. And as always guys, have a mighty nifty day today.